the spirit of Halloween, I wanted to give you guys a Halloween inspired pick a card reading. I have the lovely Nightmare Before Christmas deck and the Halloween Tarot. So I'm going to be using those two decks today. My information will be in the description. If you guys want a personal reading with me, make sure you check out those links. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm wearing Bad Gia shirt.
Just kidding.
Please admire my beautiful t-shirt. Such a doll. We know we love Sis Sally. We have 5 piles. I will leave this picture up on the screen as long as you need. Go ahead and pause if you need a little bit more time. Other than that, I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you chose this ring, I believe this is just like pearl or something on this. I can't really remember what this is called, but if you chose this beautiful ring, you are pile 1. This card is the 5 of Cups. Jack looking pretty disappointed here after he ruined Christmas. You're kind of in a state of maybe limbo, sorrow, not really feeling like you made the correct decision, maybe feeling like a failure, a little lost. But as always, as we know with the 5 of Cups, there's still 2 cups standing here right next to Jack, and he can't see them because he's too sad. I hope that this reading gives you a little bit of enlightenment. There's maybe something you're not acknowledging at this time. So let's go ahead. Your message from the other world is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and I'm actually going to pull out the book for this to read this. Okay, so I'm just seeing there's some sort of illusion around your money, stability, maybe even family life, something that you're not seeing. This child has a blindfold on, so something seems really topsy-turvy. I'm more so feeling that it's like an illusion. Even see this guy's like pulling the strings behind the scenes. So there could be someone kind of leading you astray or, toying with you, especially when it comes to your money or finances. So that's what the veil, what's beyond the veil for you, the message that's beyond the veil. But I'm going to go ahead and read what this card in reverse is in the book. Lack of recognition for your efforts, money worries, or the fear of the unknown. And like I said, there could be someone specifically in this case that could be kind of maybe withholding money from you. If you were feeling that way intuitively, your guides are just acknowledging, or your guidance from beyond the veil is just acknowledging that yes, this person is kind of toying with you, but because it is the 10 of Pentacles, I don't see that it's going to be like this forever, nor do I feel like this person has much say over your stability forever. Like this feels very temporary. You could easily turn this card right side up, and this card right side up is just wealth and abundance, happy family life. So yeah, you're in between maybe leveling up your finances, stepping into some wealth, maybe even you might want to start a family soon. You are just in between growing into this. So the message from beyond the veil is that to enjoy the journey, even if you feel as though maybe someone is kind of dangling this carrot and it feels kind of out of reach, it's okay to just accept what is and just know that things will come together at the right time. The ancestor that's with you is a feminine energy. It doesn't have to be a female, but it is a feminine energy. When they were on Earth, was extremely intuitive and psychic, very loving, very passionate. And if this is not a person, this could also be you. You're just getting a lot of insights. So as you see here, this girl is being visited by this ghost and she's relaying information. So you are maybe possibly very psychic and or intuitive during this time. If you feel like you're connecting with an energy that is just extremely wise or just has some really beautiful insights for you, it's totally okay to give in to that. But overall, I think the message from this person that is trying to connect with you is to really soften and tap into your more like feminine or emotional power and ability. especially if you have love or feelings that you want to give away. Now is a great time to embody the love that you want to give away, even if you're not necessarily sharing it with that person directly. You can also send them, intuitively, some messages that you want to relay, especially if they are romantic. And if you're having some triggers around your creative pursuits, be very gentle and compassionate with yourself as you're working through these triggers. Maybe doing some self-care. What needs to be released is maybe over-dependency. If you're feeling like you are maybe possibly tired of being single, it's time that you accept where you are, especially if you're not being so grateful of the things that you do have, because you know that this level up, this 10 of Pentacles is coming, and it feels like it's like this carrot that's being dangled. It's time to acknowledge the things that you do have, because you're in a very abundant period. Confidence and your independence. You're just in this period where you have a lot and you're receiving a lot of downloads. So these two cards right here, especially if you're a female, one of them is listening to this ghost and one of them is listening to this owl. For me, the ghost would be these people beyond the veil, or these spirits or guides or angels, ancestors, however you see it, beyond the veil, communicating with you during this time. And then the owl for me is just, your inner intuition, your wisdom, any, feeling of not being grateful for where you are in the moment. Right now, your guides, your ancestors, they really want you to be aligned with your independence, because it's just extremely attractive, like a magnet to the things that you want. That's what needs to be released for the fuel and the guidance. You're just very intuitive during this time, though you're working through like this disappointment because of something, you like being in between worlds right now. You are extremely like abundant and intuitive. You're just having a lot of and at the bottom of this one it says awakened sleeper, I think. Yeah, awakened sleeper, rise at the bottom. Maybe you want to listen to Willow Smith, Rise. Play that one today, because you are being called into action of some sorts. There's a risk you're going to be taking. So you have to get out of this like sorrow, disappointment, because you're going to be taking action on something. There's like a big awakening that's going to shake you. You're going to be realizing a lot. So I don't really need to give you guidance as to how to go after something. It's like it's coming or already here. It's just like take the guidance that you're being given, especially intuitively, because you're kind of being like awakened to something right now, kind of being like shaken awake. Yeah, and you just have like a lot of anxiety. It could be stopping you from accepting where you are. You are like stepping into a better life, if that is what you're worried about, and you'll be celebrating something very soon, rising as this Queen of Pentacles, someone who's extremely stable. But right now you're kind of working through, I would say, some scarcity mindsets, practicing and building this thing over time that's going to turn into this 10 of Pentacles thing. It's just that you have to fight through some of these mental blockages, anxieties, fears, especially if you experienced sabotage in the past from others. The advice is really to just move in secret as much as you can. What cycle to expect next, what's on the horizon, is that you're going to be living you're going to be taking on like a whole new journey. So whatever cycle this is, especially I'm seeing it having to do with maybe finances, career, your creativity specifically, possibly love, taking this whole new leap of faith, and you're going to be innocent. You're going to be like a child again. So you're starting over. That's what's coming next. What is out of your control right now is your finances. Your finances are out of your control. So if you were blaming yourself or being too hard on yourself for this, maybe spiritual awakening that you're going through, it's time to knock that off, because soon you're going to be handed this new beginning in finances, but also just in life. You're just starting a whole new chapter here. Let's get some final messages. You're going to be very blessed. I'm not going to show you guys these cards because I made them myself and it's a tad embarrassing. Like I said, in this, you're single, you're probably single, you're in this independent energy and you're being observed really highly by someone specifically. I guess I could be nosy and see who. This could be Virgo, Taurus, what's another earth sign? Oh, Capricorn. Probably a Virgo person, someone who moves really slowly and is very meticulous with their steps and like how they're going to approach you. But this person is keeping tabs on you. So if you were feeling that intuitively, you are absolutely correct. This could also be you, maybe keeping your eye on the prize. This 10 of Pentacles situation, whether it's family or career, you're just keeping your eye on what you want and really being in your Virgo energy, taking it super slow, paying attention to the details. And this could also be guidance not to rush. I'm just pulling a few more cards. I was feeling love here, like you being admired by somebody. This card is confirming that for me. I wanted to pull from here, I guess. So we'll do one from here. Okay. You are just being observed by a lot of people right now, especially with this Queen of Candles energy. You are just coming off as very attractive to people and confident, I would say. Very feline, cat-like, feminine, maybe magical, maybe a little mystical. And right now, if you like to connect with different goddesses, Basset or Bast is a good one. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And Armidas, goddess of the bow, I guess. Oh, I didn't know that she was associated with the bow. I'm learning new things every day. But this card says, best possible decision. Help me see what must be known. So like I said, you are extremely intuitive during this time. That is a confirmation of that. So right now, your guides are on it. You are already connected with the beyond. So you are getting messages from beyond the veil as we speak. All you have to know is that your intuition is correct. And right now, you're in this in-between. So you're aiming your arrow, I would say. And you're manifesting. And you're using your beauty, your attraction to get the things that you want, especially if this is in a love relationship. While that's occurring, as you're pouring into yourself, as you're focusing on yourself, things are becoming clearer and clearer, and you are being guided on a specific path for this very specific reason. There is this admirer who is trying to court you. You may know who this is. Says physical touch is important. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. So maybe you're feeling a little lonely. That's okay, because when this person comes around, you're going to be feeling like this sun energy, and you're going to be like, I am shining. I'm literally luminous. And like all this glitter around her, this person's going to contribute to your self-care. Yeah, you're just gonna feel really abundant, really good. Everything I need comes into my life at the right time. So that's how I'm gonna close out your message. Get up out of this 5 of Cups, honey. You finna shine. Don't be sad no more. Don't be sad no more. For me. Okay. Thank you for joining me. My links are below if you guys want a personal reading. And happy Halloween. I hope you guys enjoy your Halloween. Hope you enjoyed this message, and I will chat with you guys soon. On to pile number 2. It's a little dark now, but I don't mind. I think the sun is gonna come up, so if you guys are hating this lighting, I apologize. I apologize in advance. So pile 2, you guys chose the Hermit, and the stone was orange honey calcite. I think that's what this is. So if you guys want to pick up that stone, if you feel called or drawn to that stone, kind of in a period of self-reflection, you may spend Halloween by yourself. There's a wasp outside the window. Maybe look up some wasp symbology. Maybe you guys are feeling a little irritated, ready to sting somebody. So you're kind of hiding out and minding your own business, which is totally fine. I prefer to be a hermit. So, but during this period, you could be gaining a lot of enlightenment, maybe doing some shadow work. I definitely could see that. Shadow work for sure. That one out. Hello. So called to take that too. Okay. Hello. Okay. You may be working on a project right now. You busy, but you're making time out for yourself during this period as well. Your message from beyond the veil. Your guides are males, maybe. If you're not a male, your guide is a male, your guides are males. They're helping you, I want to say, with your emotional stability, but also your physical stability. What's standing out to me is like all the pumpkins with the carved happy faces on them. But even though there's all these, I'll show you 1 second, happy pumpkins all over these cards, but the men in the photos are kind of like stoic, and they're kind of making just like a kind of bored face. You could be kind of bored, and your guides are kind of helping improve your optimism. I want to say optimism and positivity. Even these pentagrams are kind of standing out, how they're upright. For me, that's like a very positive thing. Maybe look up some more meanings behind the pentagram and how that is associated to the body. You could be doing maybe some body work. I know earth energy is like a lot about groundedness. You could be getting grounded. I'm also very drawn to this gargoyle down at the bottom of his feet. So you could be feeling really protected, because gargoyles kind of are supposed to aren't they supposed to ward off bad energy? Also could be connecting with some animal totems during this time, specifically cats. Big cats too, not just small cats. Yeah, and we have another gargoyle here as well. So maybe look up some information around gargoyles that could be connected to something you need to know right now. And about safety. Maybe you're not really feeling all that safe. But these guides are here. They're you're on all these photos. It's you're surrounded by people, things, beings, energies. And it's good. It feels good. Doesn't feel bad. So kind of, I would say, lean into that in this hermit mode. Especially if you're feeling lonely or bored, you might have love on the brain. Some of you may be in the limelight. And the message is, if you were questioning something, so think of a question you have in your head right now. They're saying yes to that question. If you feel uncertain about your path, like this King of Pentacles, he has his eyes closed. You may be going through a period where you feel like you're kind of trusting your internal knowledge. You're feeling super protected by these gargoyles, these spirits you have around you. You can make anything come into reality. You may have a lot of people around you who are disrespecting your vision. This period in life is kind of forcing you to celebrate yourself, celebrate how far you've come, and have confidence in your vision, because it's just going to keep expanding. It's kind of what I'm seeing. The message your ancestor has for you is lean into this hermit phase, lean into what they're telling you. So they're communicating something to you. If you think you're a twin flame, a divine masculine, your divine feminine might be pile 1, because I had the Queen of Cups there. If not, then you have the ancestor that's communicating with you is extremely spiritual. That was the first thing I just heard. Extremely spiritual. Also, leave food out for this person. Do a candle, make them a meal, make them their favorite meal, especially if it's a masculine person that you know. If it's not, just make a meal. Maybe try to use some fruits, vegetables, whatever, and leave something out for them, like an offering. This ship in the background, and then this little monster. So maybe you're Let me not speak out of turn. Hold on. Yeah, you're a little fearful. Yes, you're a little fearful. You're mistaking fear for reality, especially around love. You're predicting that there's going to be this horrendous thing coming in the future. Even the difference between these two kings, one has his eyes closed and one has his eyes open. So this guide is saying, open your eye, like open your third eye, and lean into the messages we're trying to tell you. We're communicating with you. You are also very intuitive, just like Pal 1. This guide is just really spiritual. I heard holistic, and they're so loving. It's like making me emotional. I want to cry. I really want to cry. They're like, oh, punching me in my chest. It's like, it's a little overwhelming. They're so spiritual and grounded and like holistic. Keep stressing holistic, holistic, holistic. So if you were trying to like go on a more holistic path, this person is here for it. They show reverence to the animals, like how he's wearing skulls and the bones. Cup is standing out to me too, but I just don't know really what they're trying to tell me about the cup. If you're drinking alcohol, lay off the alcohol during this period. It's blocking your intuition. Also, these pumpkins leveled like that, it's like maybe you're going through like an emotional level up. Either way, these people, these guides are making me want to cry. Like I'm about to cry, and I don't know why. But they see you as a king. Maybe you needed to hear that. They believe in you. They believe in you. I'm crying. Why? Anyways, what needs to be released? You know what needs to be released. That's what I just heard. You know what needs to be released. This guy, they believe in you. I accidentally switched the cards. This guide is watching you. See how now I switched them and this card is looking at that card? They watch you like a hawk. And you got your eyes closed. You trust them. And you have a mic in your hand. There's something you need to communicate to a group. And as you do, you're going to be very protected. And you're healing. You're just healing. You're in a period. That's why you're blocking people out. You're in this hermit phase. You're going within. You have no time to deal with anything that's outside of this healing process. And I keep hearing from Blue's Clues, you know what to do. It's really funny. The fuel that you need, it's like, let me not speak out of turn. I'm going to pull cards just to clarify what I'm feeling. Wow. You have very, very, very spiritual guides. You might be, it's like you don't think you're a spiritual person, but you are. Maybe you do. I don't know. So yes, you are in an initiation phase. You are being initiated. That's what this is all about. And while you're figuring it out, you're going to be protected. So if you were being hard on yourself, knock it off. And this clock is standing out. It's like, it's almost time. It's like you're baking. It's almost time. Choosing this minor period of suffering, because it's just, we can't get around suffering. It's like a part of life. Through this initiation, so you can have a deeper connection with these guides in life. You're taking on this entirely new path, and maybe you're feeling kind of impatient. You're feeling a little impatient. Just reminding you that we'll release you. This could be in love. We'll release you guys so you can run to one another. But right now, it's about making decisions. That's what I heard. It's about making decisions. And you're still making the decision to accept your wild self, your spiritual self, your holistic self. Maybe this guide is your higher self. And this is your higher self looking at your 3D self like, just give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. And I'm going to release you. And you're going to take this long journey. And maybe with someone else. Maybe you won't be alone. But right now you're making decisions maybe in quiet. You're planning in secrecy. and you're about ready to like live authentically. Everything I need comes into my life at the right time. So you're a little antsy, a little uncertain. So the guidance is, I would say, patience and planning in secret. And just accepting that you're on a path that you've never been on. Just accept that. And it's taking you to a place that you've never been. The cycle that you're in that hermit phase, right? While you're in that hermit phase, you've been choosing to kind of play the victim. That's what I just heard. I didn't want to say that word, those words, but it just came out because that's what I heard, and I'm just going to say it. It's like you're kind of playing the victim, when in reality, there's so much to enjoy coming up, even currently. And this is that guide looking down on you like, I'll let you be a sourpuss for a second, but then we got to get back to business, all right? And this is like your guides right now, while this veil is so thin, cheering you up. So lean into that. I think I said that earlier. Have some cookies. Have some hot cocoa. Have fun. Do something that's fun. That's the cycle that's ending is playing the victim, and what you're stepping into is like, I'm gonna enjoy the ride. I'm gonna let things go. I'm gonna move on. What is out of your control? I'm gonna clarify this. So something didn't go your way. And ever since then, you've been really trying to be diligent. Sometimes when you're being diligent, it's turning into paranoia, just disappointment, feeling like things are impossible, sorrow. So what's out of your control? Maybe timing. Timing is out of your control, but what is in your control is the way you view the situation. So this card says, until you change your thinking, you will always recycle your experiences. This time of hermiting and battling anxiety, dealing with depression, it's like the advice I would say is to surrender what already was. Surrender what turned out kind of like crap. And keep going forward slowly, diligently, without the paranoia, if you can, so that you don't recycle whatever thing you're trying to avoid. You won't experience it again. So watch your thoughts. Keep healing, doing the work. You know what work needs to be done, like they said. You know what to do. So I did this for the last pile. I just did a couple oracle cards. Lighting's about to get real funky. On the bottom of the deck, healing. You could be traveling right now. You could be missing home, or just feeling like you're trying to find home, like what that means to you, like a longing. I feel a longing here. You're in transit. You could be moving. You could be traveling a lot right now. You're pretty focused on something. You're a heady person. You can get kind of up in your head. You're contemplating a move towards something, someone, thinking. But your guides are just saying, like, whatever decision you choose to make, it is guided, it is protected, you are safe. I think that's the bigger issue, is like not feeling safe. I'm gonna go ahead and read the King of Needles in this deck. Upright, the King of Needles has brains, logic, and determination. He is deeply respected, but sometimes feared for his cold, shrewd tendencies. When this card comes forward, this is a sign to let reason and sensibility guide you, instead of letting your emotions get the best of you. So yeah, like the wasp, bro. Look up wasp totems. You are kind of feeling cold about something, but it's because you feel triggered. You're feeling triggered because you know you're about to make, maybe you're about to travel, you're about to move, you're about to do something, and it's got you in this contemplative mode. And that is what this guide is saying. It's like, hey, it's me, your higher self. I know you got your eyes closed and I know you're thinking a lot, bro, but could you just listen to me for like 5 seconds? Listen to your emotions, listen to your intuition, because I got something to say. And what they're trying to tell you is, like it said, to lead with that, even though it's like kind of hard. You may be working through like a trigger. The other card I have is show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. So yeah, and he's sitting here and he's feeding the little animals, the aminals. And I would say if you can, be outside. If you can spend time around animals or children, get grounded, get in your innocence, get into your softness. Okay, this last little message is kind of big, so I'm going to clarify. So we got vulnerability, a message from the other side. Yes, you have guidance. You were guided. You got it. You really didn't need this reading. You're releasing right now. You want to travel towards someone, or someone is about to travel toward you. Say no to, I would say, maybe some of this anxiety, or if you've got bad influence around you. Yeah. Maybe also balance this hermit mode. I want to say balance it. Okay, no, you need to say no to people maybe trying to get you to do something, maybe go out. Maybe you're going to be at the crib this Halloween. Lots of patience needed. This was a lot of cards. I don't want to go too deeply in it. It seems very specific, and I want this to be general as possible. 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So you have all this emotion that you are trying to manifest, put into action, experience. 9 of Cups specifically is like a wish fulfillment, but so is the 10 of Cups. 10 is like beyond bliss, right? But after that, we have this scattered thinking. I'm going to go ahead and read the 7 of Swords. Often represents sneaky behavior. To play your cards close to your chest. If you're trying to solve a problem, think outside the box. Sometimes the obvious conventional path isn't the one that will take you where you want to go. I'm hearing pursuit of happiness, Kid Cudi. So you're on a path. You want this wish fulfillment. You don't just want to be happy. You want bliss. You want the full package. And right now you're having to move either in silence or in secrecy. You're hermiting because you want justice. You want justice. Maybe in a living situation, in love and happiness. You're playing your cards close to your chest right now. You're letting go. You're healing. I just heard sacred thought. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. This feels so open-ended, like there's more that wants to be said. So I would just suggest picking another pile if you still feel like you didn't get the insight that you needed. It feels very open-ended. But yeah, show simple acts of kindness. Just show up for people right now if you feel as though, like the people that give back to you, of course. Focus on service. That might heal some of the anxiety or feeling of like things are out of your control, really. Maybe. All right, pile 2. That was kind of long, and I cried. What the heck? What is going on? Thank you for watching. My information will be in the description, and we're gonna move on to pile 3. Just a little story time about this stone. This is like a special stone. I do not know the name of it at this moment. The story behind this was I was going through a really rough period, and I went to the crystal store, and I picked out this crystal and this other crystal. And the lady at the store coerced me into buying another crystal because she was like, these two are going to keep you so high in your higher chakras, in the ethers. And at that time, I was not feeling grounded. So just a reminder, too, that if you're not feeling grounded or balanced, I just felt really like deep sorrow. I was feeling really sad when I got these crystals. So if you're dealing with something that's kind of tough right now, pay attention to what you're attracted to in that energy. So she gave me a granite stone to balance me out, to ground me. And I was very thankful for that. Yeah, I ended up seeing that same shop owner in my dreams, and she was like delivering to me like a bunch of crazy messages in my dreams. So maybe you're having some wild dreams as well. The card you have is the 7 of Pentacles, I believe. So you might be in like a transition period. I apologize for the lighting, guys. It's a little funny. Or wrapping up. some final details on a project, things like that. Okay, so the otherworldly messages from beyond the veil. So you could be connecting with someone who is like an equal to you, someone who you love dearly. There might be a third party person who's connecting you with this person. And there might be a lot of envy around this connection. So if this person's still alive and you're connecting with them like in the 5D, like in dreams, the ethers, your message from beyond the veil. Besides, there's like a guide that's kind of bringing this situation into like a union, even if it's not physical. It doesn't actually feel physical to me. It feels like dreams, telepathically. And it doesn't necessarily have to be love. This could be a friend. It's just someone that you see yourself in. This could even be like an idol, someone you just have a deep reverence for. This person is a mirror for you. So the message from beyond the veil. So if you're wondering about love or like making a partnership with somebody, starting something with somebody, go for it. That's what this message is saying. It's time to take action. It's time to be with this person despite the envy, because there's some sort of like holy guidance or protection. See how these people, the snakes, are beneath you? It's like it's the right time to be with this person or work with this person. It definitely could be work. Ancestor that's with you is a very domineering energy. This person is, I want to say, balanced in their duality. They think very logically. They have a special connection with their spirituality, I would say. That's a little different because they ain't love and light. They ain't always love and light. That's what I want to say. This person, when they were alive, were maybe masculine. They didn't really speak much. They could have been like a magician in some way. Like, they might not have used magic necessarily, but they understood magic, law of attraction. Very grounded, a very grounded person with a grounded perspective. It's like they could turn their thoughts into something really beautiful. They could think of something and like make it manifest into something materially. They were light and dark. Maybe they were very giving. They had a lot to share. If this isn't a person, this is like you, maybe your ancestors, your guides, they see you this way. Message from your ancestors. My camera died, so I'm going to finish this reading without the mic. Yes, you're getting insight around like a career path to build maybe a business, something where you're going to be in charge, like you're some sort of entrepreneur, I want to say. You're finishing a cycle right now, and you might kind of be hiding certain things from yourself, that you're quite a good leader, because of maybe you just feel like a beginner. You feel like you're still a beginner. If this has to do with love, it's like maybe you don't feel like you know how to communicate properly. You feel a little restricted. If you can see, he has like a chain around his chest and even like a severed neck. You maybe feel like you're not sure how to communicate your passions fully. And that makes you kind of sad. It makes you feel like you're not this emperor, but in reality you are the emperor. What needs to be released? I would say denial. Denial and negative expectation. And anything that's blocking your intuitive guidance right now. So you have this Sun card. So right now you're in a very good time, or you will be soon. And it could be with this Two of Cups person. There's two people laying here in this card, and they're eating and enjoying themselves and surrounded by abundance and sunflowers, some onlookers. life seems easy. So you may be walking into like a really easy period in life where things are just really good and it's really easy to be optimistic. The guidance is to surrender. It's like the feeling is you feel as though like you haven't done enough work, or that there's more to do, there's more ends to tie up, but in reality, that's not your job. And you're getting a bunch of like downloads during this time. You're getting a lot of guidance and maybe signs, a lot of signs. You might be seeing crows, but again, maybe feeling restricted in like what you can say and what you can express. Maybe if you're a masculine, there's a lot of pressure to hide your feelings, hide your real authentic thoughts. If you look at this brain next to the guy, he's got flowers coming out of his brain. It's like you have some really good ideas. You have some really good ideas. But for now, it's like surrendering maybe to those ideas, surrendering to this period in life. And maybe there's things that are kind of falling away, and that feels a little scary because maybe it gave you this sense of stability in the past, but you can let that go. You are definitely walking into this period of abundance and like positive things happening, good news. You might have some good news come through pretty soon. The guidance is to really relax and be open to like a new perspective, be open to your vision expanding. If you're not already, make sure you're taking good care of your body, focusing on wellness, trying to tap into a sense of peace, being honest, as honest as possible with yourself. And maybe even this person, if this is your business partner, be really honest with them. What cycle you're in or what to expect on the horizon. So you're following your intuition, you're following your guidance, your passion in life, and there's these like naysayers following you as you move along this path. You're not paying attention to them, even though they're clinging on to you. You're looking to the sky. You're following something higher. You've chosen to surrender to this knowledge and focus on creating with this person, with your business partner, with your life partner, or just with a friend. You're traveling with a friend, whatever applies, but either way, it's like you're learning how to prioritize intuition over projection. Maybe you were someone in the past who would override your intuition and not believe what you felt. You're not that person anymore. So what to expect? Adventure. You're on like a really cool journey and you're trying to enlighten yourself. What is out of your control? What's out of your control is the negative expectations that you yourself may be projecting onto the future. That is out of your control, but it's giving you a sense of control, but it's negative in itself. So they're saying just surrender that, because sometimes we do manifest our worst case scenario by playing it over and over in our head, but they're just saying that's not possible at this point. You've like come too far maybe, and you're being helped, especially by your ancestors at this time. And if there's something like a message you need to share publicly, or something you need to create, art that you need to create, ideas you need to share, it's time to get on that. That's what you can control. And the best energy to be in right now is celebration. Just be grateful, know you're supported. You're possibly getting a new job very soon. And I did pull some oracle cards for the other group, so I want to do that for this group as well. I just heard Tantra. Maybe you're wanting to take on a job that involves Tantra, or you want to study Tantra. Maybe you're letting go, if this is like intimacy with a person or people, you're letting go of painful or traumatic intimate experiences to then learn about Tantra. Whatever trigger is surfacing right now, it's trying to help you clear out some old thinking. So don't see it as a bad thing. Just see it as like, don't see it as, I just heard I'm being punished. You're not being punished. You're not being punished. You're learning discernment, and you're clearing out the people that love you for the wrong reasons. They may love you for like what you have instead of for what you are. That's just an example. You can apply it however it applies. So you're in a process of letting go of things, surrendering. And there's a very specific dream that you were holding on to. You may actually be dreaming of this thing. You feel not confident enough to have the thing. Maybe just a little aloof about your current circumstances right now. So make sure you're taking a hard, good look around, because there may be a lot of signs and synchronicities that are telling you that it's here. And you're kind of in a denial. I have a card that says denial, and it says to be honest. So really get grounded. Maybe spend some time outside. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. I heard casting judgment. Maybe you're casting judgment too soon, or someone's casting judgment too soon and you're believing them. I feel like you're being watched. You could be in the public arena. You could be an indigo child, and right now you're balancing your chakras. You're very protective of yourself during this time, as you should be. I feel called to remind you that fall has a lot to do with letting go of things. Like, think that we call it fall. It's like a fall into more shadowy energies. A lot of shadow work is done during this period. So don't be too critical of yourself. Maybe look up, spiritual meaning of fall or autumnal equinox or something. Learn more about this season. So that is your reading. Make sure you check out my information down below. I'm going to go ahead and move on to pile 4. Thank you for joining me. If you chose this peach core, and ooh, we got the Empress. I mentioned this in another video, but peach cores can be used for protection, and you can turn them into like little amulets. So maybe if you were thinking about making a peach cobbler, especially if you're the Empress and you actually have, where's the light? And you actually have children, you can make little amulets for your children during this time. Especially we're in Scorpio season, it's a great time to do self-protection work. Hi Empress, what do you want to say? What's going on? What are the messages from behind the veil? A message from a mother figure, especially if a mother figure passed on, grandma, great grandma. So we have the Emperor and the Empress here. Those are a divine pairing. They're a match to one another. This one has a lot to say. You're coming into a lot of stability, celebration, just a lot of things are going positively for you. So the message from beyond the veil is continue amping up this Empress energy. Go ahead and read the Empress card. It says the Empress is a maternal, nurturing figure who enjoys self-indulgence and life's creature comforts. Our Empress is the corpse mom who is often seen leading her child on a leash. This is a call for compassion. Being patient and kind with yourself and others will get you further than any other approach. Now is a great time for self-nurturance and indulgence of your creative impulses, and staying grateful will help you keep a positive, healthy outlook. Okay, we're back with this setup and the mic, tapping into this more feminine energy. So if you have any goddesses at this time that you are wanting to work with, do that. Burn that candle, connect with that goddess. The message from beyond the veil is celebrate. Celebrate yourself specifically. Celebrate the matriarch idols that you have, or tap into your like creature comforts, as the book said. Dance. Dance. You may be actually going to party. So if you were thinking about that, like, yes, it's a green flag. You're going to have a good time and you're going to dance and you're going to meet people. And if you're having confusion around a situation, the guidance is to continue walking away, especially if it is stagnated. And this could just be simply perspectives. It doesn't necessarily have to be people. It could be emotions that you need to let go of, and really tap into this energy of celebration so you can have a good time. The ancestors that are with you is a bunch of people. It's a bunch of spirits that are with you and guiding you, but I think you're fully aware of that. But their message is like, don't get caught up in confusion, especially if it's thinking of yourself of not this Empress. They're telling you, Empress is the best. Don't tell nobody I said this, but it's the best, I believe, card in the deck. I'd say feminine archetype in the deck, because she's all of the different queens in one. She has it all. So if you're feeling unworthy of something, if you're having money issues, kind of clouding your judgment and your self-perception at this time, so that's the message. And especially if it's body issues, your emotions are definitely causing you turmoil. That's kind of unnecessary. Look higher, choose a higher perspective, and move your body. You need to move your body. You need to dance. If you're thinking about somebody in a loving way, they are also thinking of you. Maybe you don't feel that you are loved by this person, but that is just not true. What needs to be released? They're saying turn off the sad music. You need to release procrastination. If you are feeling like unmotivated, I see that as you stop believing in things that are untrue about yourself, or the chaos or the confusion of the situation, you're very balanced in your masculine and your feminine energy. So you're very dual. You're a very dual person. You know how to attract and you know how to go get it. You just need to believe in yourself a little bit more and stop ignoring. Maybe this could be a physical partner that you're ignoring or procrastinating around because you don't really feel good enough to be with this person maybe. But if it's not a person, then it's like stepping into some sort of leadership, creating a business or something for yourself. There's a lot of procrastination that needs to be cut out, and a lot of intentionally ignoring this period of self-love that you could be indulging in, and period of celebration that you could be indulging in. I feel very I don't know, sassy. I feel really sassy right now. Whoever you are, you're very sassy. Tap into that goddess energy, ground it, and don't limit yourself. Don't place any limits on what you can achieve. You're very balanced at this time. That is the guidance. Maybe you've had ideas in the past that people have taken, actually. Damn, I'm sorry. I want to say I'm sorry. You have ideas that people have stolen from you, and it made you feel really bad. I want to say that they're trying to communicate to you that there's going to be so many more ideas where that came from. You'll get to celebrate something very positive from the ideas that will come. But right now, you just got to do some self-love work to bounce back from that. If you are a feminine, maybe spend this Halloween doing some self-care rituals. I love to buy some roses, do some rose petals in the bath, be bougie. I'm getting a bougie energy from you, and I'm giving you permission. You feel tired because you feel drained because you possibly got something taken from you. And I'm seeing new friendship on the horizon specifically. But right now, you're dealing with some triggers, and maybe you don't feel like help is on the way, but help is on the way with your guides. They are trying to help you. There's a lot of them. They just need you to take on a higher perspective in order to see clearly. Because right now you're kind of giving into the illusion and not the truth. It's not the truth. So whoever made you feel defeated or hurt you or stole from you, around the corner is this new idea that you're going to be taking on. But right now you need to believe in your beauty. Be loving, be courageous, be passionate. If you are not single and this is your husband or your partner, get romantic. Maybe have a conversation with this person, let them know how you're feeling, and get a little spicy if you can. The cycle that you're in, or what to expect on the horizon, is coming out of this with some type of authority, but it's not 3D authority. It's spiritual authority. You're tapping into a higher knowledge. This could be rekindling this relationship with this emperor, rekindling a relationship with your inner masculine, or just simply rekindling sacred relationship and the position that has in your life with friends, with new partners. Especially if you're single, make sure you're grounding yourself in your spiritual beliefs while these triggers come up. Every time you practice showing up for yourself, it's you're mastering this cycle. So in the future, I see that you are becoming a master of seeing through the illusion, I want to say, which is it's extremely empowering and important. It's very important. You're going to be able to see when you're imbalanced. You're going to be able to see when someone's feeding you bullshit. It's going to be too balanced. You won't be able to be thrown off this way by this defeat ever again. Maybe not ever again, but you'll be stronger. You'll be stronger. I'm literally hearing Britney Spears stronger. If you're single, you do have a destined partnership who is an equal coming. And maybe it was this Queen of Pumpkins in reversed interfering here. I'm gonna read her in reverse and let you know, just so you can see for yourself if that is the person. In reversed, enslaved by one's own generosity, duties neglected, suspicious or unreliable. Maybe there was a lot of things out of your control. This rabbit is sticking out to me. Maybe you felt like you were unfertile. Maybe you thought, maybe physically, you couldn't birth ideas, but I'm also thinking pregnancy. Maybe you're tired of trying with a partner to have a baby and you're feeling defeated. But there's all this sexual passion coming in for you. Your fertility is a lot linked to the intimacy you're giving into. So I have this card that says open heart, a blooming miracle. Cover yourself in petals, divine feminine, love, beauty, courage, respect, passion, and romance. So up the romance. Talk to your partner. Tell them you need more romance. You're going to be so much more committed to yourself and your self-care practices in the future. That's what you're mastering in this cycle. What's out of your control is, I want to say, the sneaky behavior. So this is a suspicious person. The sneaky behavior. If there's someone around you who's being sneaky, that's out of your control. And you have to stop giving negative energy over to it and letting it cause you to be emotionally confused, because emotional confusion and intuitive confusion, they are hand in hand, and you need your intuition to survive. So and you're the Empress. You're a very intuitive person. Whatever suspicion is being casted around, it could be the possibility of being in a partnership with someone and having children, simply, just generally, with a match, someone who's your match. Watch where you're putting your energy. If you are in a relationship with this person, they love you. They do. But there's some unhealthy boundaries here, some overthinking that's happening, and it seems like there's a lot of uncertainty around this person, but there's something for both of you to learn in this situation. This person could be really confident, but maybe limits themselves on how they move towards their goals. So use this time to write and journal about how you feel, especially working through like some self-love stuff, and also spend time outside. I've been kind of suggesting that to a lot of piles to get grounded. All right, I'm just gonna pull some oracle cards to wrap up the message. So yes, if you are already in a relationship with this person, you guys have a solid foundation. Do not let this person, these people, this circumstance, the feelings of defeat or maybe feeling unworthy get in the way of that. You guys worked really hard to be the emperor and the empress, and you guys are matched for each other. There's so much hard work you guys put into building this foundation, and you might have more ways to go, but all it takes is for both parties to be committed to that process. And I think that you 100% have the capacity to be committed to that. And I think the guidance, like your guides are just saying, like, you're gonna have what you want, you're gonna get commitment. And right now we're just trying to teach you how to show up fully as yourself and not belittle yourself or shrink yourself down to be with a partner. Instead, you're rising to be with this person. So maybe before that was the thing. Maybe you were this Queen of Pentacles that was putting everyone else's needs before your own needs. And you're not doing that anymore. And this person would never expect you to do that. This person is like, oh, what are we going? Where are we going? What are we doing? Okay, I'll meet you there. And some. I'm gonna, what does Big Sean say? Meet you there, prepare, and chauffeur arrange for you. Gourmet for you. Chris Brown, Big Sean. I ain't like that mother, and I ain't gonna play no games with you. No games or something? You know what your problem is. Okay, I'm done. But yeah. You don't ever see the big picture. So you gotta see the big picture. Be committed. You a boss. Boss up and be with this person. Boss up and rise in your career path. Boss up and be a spiritual leader. I am ready to receive my all, this card says. Love is big, darling. Show up as your full self. Don't shrink. We have committed and commitment. So if you're worried about getting married, honey, you're the empress. Anyone would marry the empress. Anyone. Confidence in yourself, baby girl. Or baby boy. Yeah, that's your message. I hope it wasn't too harsh. I hope it pumped you up. I feel pumped. The first couple of readings, if you guys watched pile 1 and 2, they were kind of sad, bro. They had me crying. Alright, we're on to our last pile. We're almost done. This kind of took a long time, but I'm still having fun. And I apologize for the technical difficulties. I was filming and my camera cut. So I will try to recap everything that I just said. But you guys are the Angel Ore Quartz. Your card was the Ace of Noodle. I said this the first time I recorded it. You guys need to eat. You need to eat something. Because I keep saying Ace of Noodles. Oh, it's making me so mad. I keep saying Ace of Noodles instead of Ace of Needles. Please eat. There's literally, you might be like at a party right now listening to this or about to be at a party, and these people are eating. Everyone around you is eating. Please eat something. You're stressing me out. Not really. It's more so because I keep saying noodles instead of needles, and that was kind of stressing me out, but please eat something. You're kind of stuck in the past a little bit. That's the message that's kind of being delivered from you, or to you, from beyond the veil. You're stuck in the past, and these little guides around you are like, hey, come have some cookies, come have some hot chocolate, we're having a good time, you should join us. And what's kind of anchoring you there is you need to forgive somebody, specifically if this person treated you badly or loved you for the wrong reasons or bad intentions. They just want you to know that that situation was just so you could learn better discernment, nothing more, nothing less. Now you're starting to project that past situation onto the future. The message here is don't project the past onto the future. You're going through a level up, especially when it comes to some type of relationship you have. It's changing for the better, and you can't allow the past to... My camera was acting crazy, so I had to get a different camera. So, yes, you guys just want you to celebrate because you've been kind of projecting this past situation. It could have to do with like family onto the future, and they want you, this level up, to be smooth. They're asking you to celebrate in the present moment. Someone really didn't want this message to come through. I had so many technical difficulties, so somebody did not want you to hear this today. They want you to have a little bit more faith, and by doing so, go have fun. If someone invites you out, go have fun, go do that, or just get creative. This Halloween, have some friends over. What needs to be released? I would say the past, of course. Any lack mindsets that are saying that you can't have whatever it is, a family, love, emotional health, mental clarity, financial help, all of it. You're deserving of all of it. You have the 10 of Pentacles here, so you're going to have family, you're going to have money, whatever it is that you feel you can't have. You need to release whatever's making you feel as though you can't have that. You have positive karma on your side. Guidance or fuel you have. You could be working on a new project. Like, you have a lot of new ideas streaming into your conscious mind now during this period. So whatever you were thinking about starting, you're going to get started on it. I see that you will. And it's going to require you to be extremely vulnerable, especially if you're working with someone you love intimately. Be open, be in your heart space, know that it will be fruitful eventually, but right now you're just getting started, and that's okay. The cycle that you're in, or what to expect, you're going to be a little indecisive. You might feel indecisive even as you're celebrating. You're going to be like, I don't know, is this the right thing to do? Is this the right person? So you're going to be working on a lot of like self-trust and vulnerability during this time. You are a very heady person. You could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Guided to tell you to watch your thoughts during this cycle. But it's like you intuitively do know that there is something that you really want that could be really fertile or abundant. You want to be generous with this person, and this person does also want to be generous with you, but it's like the fear around it. Trust your, I want to say, intuition, and really share how you're feeling so you can work through the indecision, and know that your past is what fuels the future in a positive way, you know? Think of it like a movie. You're the main character. You have to go through certain things to transform into the main character or the heroine or the hero. So embrace the story, embrace the journey. Expect fertility, a time of a prolific period. Expect that. But in the meantime, don't rush. Just take your time and celebrate every single small step along the way. It's super important, really. They keep kind of driving that same message. So the cycle that you're in is indecision. That's what it is. But it's only because you're moving into something you've kind of only dreamt about, you know, as you've worked through some family stuff. So it's like you're doubting that it's possible a little bit. How you're going to get out of that cycle is trust. What is out of your control? The periods that you have spiritual like enlightenment or awakenings or ideas that like shock you, that's out of your control. Especially when it's about money or your career or making a family, that is out of your control. When you get to have those epiphanies is out of your control. Are they coming? Are they happening? Those moments of clarity? Absolutely. You're having one right now. But they're very triggering. That's why you're moving at the pace that you're at. You're moving. It's extremely triggering, and you're just supposed to share what you're learning right now and know that you're being helped by these guides. I've had to restart this video so many times, but you have like 3 to 4 guides. Hopefully I said that somewhere around you now. And they're just reminding you, like, stop expecting the worst. It's not the worst. outcome because you're being supported, you know? But it's like you don't really feel like you're being supported. So you're very safe. You might be traveling right now. You might be like yearning for a place to call home. You might be moving apartments, moving homes. If this is like a relationship reading for you, you're hiding your feelings maybe because of this past situation, and you're kind of needing to be this King of Cups character and wear your heart on your sleeve and be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show that you care. So if you're someone who really hides how they feel because you're like scared of the same outcome, being rejected, that could be tied to those family things that were coming up. I heard promiscuity. You're walking away from promiscuity. I don't know if that applies. If it doesn't, just toss it. But you're learning to like value your sexual energy. Maybe you were someone in the past who had a lot of partners. You're giving your attention to one person, and that's frightening to you because you have trauma around doing such thing, and it's a big change for you because you know, it's like even if this person isn't around you yet, you know that there's a person or a situation that is just going to be so good, like a perfect match for you, and it's going to teach you so much. And you could be studying something that you're learning in secret right now that is supporting you along this transformation, I want to say, but it's more like a journey. It's like a journey. I'm seeing like this ship rocking, and it's rocking. It is rocking right now. You could be triggered right now or something, and that's why you feel like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. But the way you make it is by being honest with yourself and being honest with people, because your authentic feelings are your instinctive nature, and that is what is going to take you where you want to be. It's going to take you where you want to be. It requires you to be so vulnerable, but you have such good karma on your side. You have good ideas. You have a good plan that you're embarking, like you're already taking steps towards this plan. You're saying no to what's not for you. You're going to overcome this trauma. And there's like a big change that will occur once you're ready to let things go. But you're definitely safe in the time being. I just keep saying change. And on the bottom of the deck, the Flavas. This definitely is a love reading. You're moving forward into even more abundance, but it's requiring you to heal a lot. And you're looking for a place to like lay your heart down. That's what I want to say. To lay your heart down. And you're going to find it. Synchronicities. Follow the signs and just stay brave. But that is all I have for your pile. So thank you for being here. Check out my information. The link is below. And I hope you guys enjoyed these readings. I had fun doing it. Besides the minor technical difficulties. I will catch you guys next time. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.